What is going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Living Free channel. My name is Tyler Freed, and in today's video, you are looking at northern Nevada. I am headed up into Oregon. I will actually be crossing the border here pretty soon. But right now, this is northern Nevada. Absolutely beautiful. I'm just digging the West. I'm digging the West. Man, I wish I would have came to this company a long time ago. I really do. I wish I would have done it a lot sooner. But shoulda, coulda, woulda. I'm here now, and I'm really enjoying running the West Coast right now. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's just absolutely beautiful, peaceful, and my stress level goes way down when I'm out in this part of the country. But before I get to the topic of the video, I would like to first of all introduce myself. Like I said, this is the Living Free channel. My name is Tyler Freed, and I would appreciate it if you would like the video, sub to the channel, and make sure you stay tuned till the end of the video. Check me out on Instagram. The link to that is in the description below. Go follow me. I'll follow you back, and I will get right into the content of the video. I give an update. In every video I do, I give an update of where I'm at, where I'm going, what you're looking at in the video. I like to do that just to, I don't know, just update you. That's it. So, what is the topic of the video? Well, the topic of the video is going to be the best lesson I learned in life, the most practical lesson I learned in life at a very young age. I was fortunate. When I was 21, I was fortunate enough to go work for multimillionaires. And when I say go work for multimillionaires, I mean directly build a relationship with them. Most people work for millionaires. I mean, if you work at a big company, you're working for millionaires. But if you're at a big mega corporation, you're not necessarily working directly with those people. You're working for a manager of some kind of, or some sort, right? And so that person most likely is not super successful and super wealthy. Well, I was fortunate enough at 21 to go live in South Florida. I worked in the stage lighting industry, and I worked for 3 guys who owned a company out there, and they taught me everything that I know about business, investing, and a bunch of practical, real life, just tips that I got from them. I mean, it was just an unbelievable experience to work directly for true entrepreneurs. And when I say multimillionaires, I mean, I'm not worth $1 million, $2 million. No, they're multimillionaires, and they're self-made. They built it from the ground up. Nothing was handed to them. So believe me, I learned a lot. It was like going to college. It was a hands-on college education, because I was working in almost every area of the business that I would, at the company I was working at. So, but what was one of the number one tips I got from them? The number one thing that I could take away from that experience. I worked for them for about 3 years before I got into the trucking industry, and the number one thing that's always stuck with me was, you are the safest bet. You are the safest bet. You as an individual, invest in yourself. And I've made some videos about this before, but it's truly, I just want to emphasize how truly important it is to invest in yourself, to focus on growing you. And what do I mean by that? Well, investing in yourself could mean investing money in education and investing time into education to enhance your knowledge and enhance your skills. You can be investing money and time into improving your health, into improving your relationship with your spouse, improving relationships with friends and co-workers and things like that. Just improving your life all around. That is the number one thing that I noticed when I worked for people who have created real success. To me, it's real success, at least. And I noticed that they invest in themselves. They're not worried about everything that's going on in the world. They're not worried about what's going on with their friends or anything like that. They're focused, and I've been making a lot of videos about this, because when you're out here in this beauty, you know, you kind of just sit out here and soak up the beauty, number one, and it's just peaceful, and it allows me to think about things to talk about in videos. And I truly believe that this is the most important thing. Understanding that you are the safest bet. Yes, do I believe that investing into the stock market over a long period of time is a great financial investment? I do. Do I believe that investing in real estate and having multiple rental properties that cash flow positively and go up in value over time, do I believe that's a great investment over the long run? Yes, I do. I believe that starting a business is great, but it's not the business you're going into that's important. It's what you know about the investment vehicle that you're going into. And that's what I mean, investing in yourself first before you start investing in a truck, becoming an owner-operator, being that I'm in the trucking industry. That's a good example. If you don't know anything about business, just because you're a good truck driver doesn't make you, it's not going to make you a good business person. Just because you got to know about what it is you're getting into. So first, you have to invest in knowledge and enhancing your skills. You have to know a lot about what you're going into. I had to really learn about the stock market and how it worked before I put my money into it, because without that knowledge, without that understanding, I would really harm myself over the long run. I would. That's just the way life works. And a lot of people get burned in any investment vehicle because they don't know enough about what they're doing before they put their money into it. So you got to study. You got to invest time in yourself. And one thing I love about trucking is the fact that I am driving for literally 11 hours a day, okay? I can just study constantly. That's what I love about trucking. I love that. I love the fact that I can just turn on an audiobook and burn 8 hours easily and never stop, because I'm so into that audiobook, because that audiobook is teaching me how to attain my dreams. See, trucking is a vehicle for me. Trucking is the vehicle that I'm using to fund other things. But how would I know what to put that money into if I didn't study and learn other things? If I didn't spend my time and invest some money? I do purchase audiobooks every week. I purchase a new book. Every time I get paid, I buy one book a week, and I force myself to listen or physically read one book a week. If you did that, think about it. What if you just said, hey, I want to learn about the stock market? And say you took 1 month and you said, every week I'm going to listen to one audiobook per week for 4 weeks straight and learn about the stock market, all the basics that there is to know about that. I mean, how much more educated would you be if you just did that one thing? What if you did that for an entire year? What if you learned about the stock market 1 month, the next month you learned about real estate investing, the next month you learned about the basics of business, and so on and so forth. And these are just examples. You could learn about anything. It doesn't matter what it is, but the point is if you're going to invest money into anything, put it into something that's improving you first. And then once you get into that vehicle, like I had to invest money and time into getting my CDL and learning about trucking and which avenue to go down before I got into the industry, so that like I had I had a plan for my career. And my plan was to use this to do exactly what I'm talking about, to invest in other things. I am also going to invest in trucking in particular, but before I do that, I wanted to invest in other asset classes. But I had to learn. I had to buckle down. I had to learn. And you can do that. You can do that in trucking. That's what I love about it. But for those of you that are watching my channel, and you're thinking about getting into trucking, well, the first step is not to learn about saving or investing or anything like that. The first step is to invest in yourself by getting into a career. That's step number one. And that's the point of this video, is you are the safest bet. You are the sure thing. If you invest in you, meaning your career, your business, yourself, you are 100% going to succeed. You are. As long as you're putting in the effort necessary. Okay? And that's just the bottom line. That's just the bottom line. I just wanted to deliver this message because I truly believe it's important. Because I get a lot of comments on my channel, on videos of people saying, oh, I'm contemplating getting back into trucking. I used to be in it, or I'm not in it right now, but I'm contemplating getting in. Well, let me ask you, ask yourself this question actually. If you're not in trucking, what are you doing? The longer you wait, the longer it will take to reach your full potential. It will. If this is the vehicle, this is assuming this is the vehicle that you want to use to get to where you want to go. But you got to take that first step. You're not going to fund real estate. You're not going to build a huge stock portfolio without a huge income. You're not. It's going to be very difficult to create financial freedom without first investing in yourself. It's not going to happen, honestly. Just to be real with you. This is how you become a millionaire. It's this simple. You invest in yourself. You get into a career where the income potential is unlimited. Okay? And if you're watching my channel and you're not in trucking, you could do that in other careers. This isn't the only one, but this is a great vehicle to do it in. This is my vehicle. You get your income up as high as you can. You get your expenses down as low as you can possibly get them down. And you invest as much as you possibly can. You save and you invest in a vehicle that you understand, in an asset class that you understand in and out. How do you understand it? You invest in yourself, like I just said. Educate yourself. Buy books. Books, you could buy a book about the stock market for 20 bucks. Probably less than that if you have an Amazon Kindle subscription. And you can learn. You could be just as educated as somebody on Wall Street about the stock market by just dedicating a couple years to educating yourself. I'm serious about that. You can. I have done it. I have done it. Believe me, I have done it. I do not have the piece of paper that says I've done it, but when I'm sitting there listening to people talk about stocks and evaluating companies and things like that, I know exactly what they're talking about. Why? Because I have a true passion to learn it, number one, and I invested the time, energy, effort, and money into learning it. Because, look, I have nothing else to do out here. I have nothing else to do but drive. I'm not going to waste my time. And I have made a video before talking about what I learned about time management in trucking from Trucker Brown. And one thing that I also liked that he said before was, and I'm gonna tell you, like, what I learned from Trucker Brown has been totally valuable to my trucking career. Number one, time management. That's the main thing that I learned from him. Without learning that from Trucker Brown, I probably wouldn't make as much money as I do in trucking as a company driver, because I wouldn't know how to manage my time the right way. That's number one. But number two, the second best thing that I learned from Trucker Brown, and I got to give credit where credit's due, okay? I just do. If I've learned something from somebody, I give credit where credit's due. I've given credit to Dave Ramsey before, and Grant Cardone, and other people, Robert Kiyosaki. I've made videos about that. Like, if I learn something from somebody, I will give them credit. And one of the main things that I learned from Trucker Brown, outside of time management, was, hey, you have to learn something else besides trucking. Don't just know trucking. Learn other things. Expand your knowledge. Learn about many different things. And specifically, don't just learn about other things, but things that will also make you money. And that is a great piece of advice. In other words, invest in yourself. Don't stop learning. And you will have other options outside of trucking by doing what I'm talking about and by doing what Trucker Brown's advice is learn something else. Don't just do this. And he's absolutely right. So, look, the point of the video is, look, invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. You are the safest bet. You are the best bet. And don't waste your time anymore. For those of you that are contemplating getting into this industry and starting your career or whatever, don't contemplate anymore. Don't think about it. Think about, where are you at now? Are you making $30,000 a year right now? If you're making $30,000 a year, what are you waiting for? You could be making $60,000 your first year, double your income, and then get up to the six-figure income in a year. You could do that. But what are you going to have to do? You're going to have to hustle and change your mindset. You're going to have to go from a scarcity mentality to an abundant mentality. Quit thinking there's a shortage of everything. Quit thinking there's a shortage of pay, a shortage of money, a shortage of this, a shortage of that. Everybody's talking about, oh, you know, everything's scarce. Everybody has that scarcity mentality. And if you have that mentality, guess what? You'll never be successful. Because another thing that I learned from multi-millionaires is that they have an abundant mentality. They believe anything is possible. They do. They honestly believe anything is possible within reason, but they do. If you put your mind to it, if you work at it long enough, you will eventually get great at it. That is the bottom line. Stop doubting yourself. If you're somebody that doubts yourself and has zero self-confidence, you got to get over that hurdle of procrastination first. Once you get over procrastination, well, guess what? You're all good, because now you're making decisions on the fly. You're not thinking about things too much. I used to do that all the time. Procrastination was my #1 downfall for so many years. It was. And then it just flipped. I had it with being mediocre. I had it with my upbringing. And I wanted to change my family tree. You got to have something that inspires you to change. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. Just understand that it's never too late to change. It's never too late to improve your life. Okay? It's never too late. But the first thing you got to understand is that investing in yourself, betting on yourself, is the first thing you got to do. That's the first thing. That's first step #1. That's why I talk about trucking all the time, because I know there's a lot of people out there that this business, this job, will change their life financially. Oh, but you have to sacrifice time and all that. Yeah, but when you're broke, who cares if you're away from home? If you're broke and you go from not being broke to making a bunch of money and having actual options because you are creating an income that can support a good lifestyle, and also not just support a good lifestyle, but fund other things that build true wealth, guess what? That's way better than just sitting at home being broke and drinking on the weekends and playing around. That's not fun. I never had fun being broke. Honestly, I never had fun being broke. And that's what's flipped for me. I'm like, dude, I don't want to watch Netflix. I don't want to sit at home. I want to go out and create something. I want to change my family's bloodline. I want to change everything for my family. I want my son to inherit millions of dollars. That's what I want. And I want my son to take that inheritance and blow it up and create more from what I started. That's what I want. I'm thinking generational wealth, and that's how you got to think. And that's why. But first step, like I said, bet on yourself and invest in yourself, #1. Because without that first initial step of investing in yourself, you're not going to build generational wealth at all. Because you need a vehicle. You need a vehicle that has unlimited income potential. Okay? And then you can take the next step of, okay, I'm going to get great in this vehicle, and then I'm going to use this to fund other things. That's the bottom line. That is the point of this video. And for those of you that have stayed this far, I really appreciate it. I'm going to wrap up now, but I hope everybody's having a blessed day. I really do. And I really appreciate all of my subscribers, all of the new people that are watching my channel. I appreciate you. And yeah, God bless. Make sure you stay tuned for the next video that I post. And have a great day. Peace out.